Well, hello again. Today on my channel, we're going to do really bad, shitty junk food just for you. Since it's not really my cheat day, I'm going to make these in very small portions, but don't take after my example. If you want to have a whole bowl of it, you go ahead and have it. Because you deserve it for whatever reason you think you deserve it. Just like I will deserve cake on Saturday. Come Saturday. It's my cheat day. So, yeah, let me show you. I'm going to show you how to do, one's like a Mexican junk food. And I love looking at recipes on Mexican junk food because there's different styles of doing it. But this is the way that I get mine here locally, so that's the only kind of way that I know how to make it. But there are other styles, and I will talk about other options as we go into the recipe. One, we're doing something called Pepinos preparados, like ready-made cucumber, I guess that's how you translate it, or prepared cucumber. And it's got a lot of junk in it. Very high in sodium. I will also list at the end, I'll put these in my Fitness Pal because, as I mentioned in my Apple Watch review, I am kind of like on a fitness thing right now, trying to lose weight. So I am curious to see, especially how much sodium these recipes have. And then the second one we're going to do is another weird concoction of mine that I love, which is Doritos and cottage cheese and hot sauce. Probably don't need a tutorial on that, but I'm going to show you anyways. So let's get started. Okay, so here are all the ingredients for both my recipes. Don't mind the gourd here. That was just to help stand this little baby up right here. But, so yeah, let me kind of get a knife to point out. Okay, so for our cucumber cup prepared recipe, don't really know what else to call it in English because my Spanish is terrible trying to translate these weird junk foods. You're going to need Japanese style peanuts. It says here cacahuate estilo japonés, Japanese style peanuts. No other peanut will do, because in this particular recipe, it's all about the crunch. You need, so when you make it, you really don't want to let it sit for more than 5 minutes, because then these will get soggy, and then, it's not as crunchy, and that's kind of the whole thing of this one particular junk food. It's got a crunch to it, you know what I mean? So I got these at Dollar General in the Hispanic section, which maybe yours might not have, but mine does, and this bag was $1. We're also going to need a lime, which will work with both recipes. We will need a cucumber, a peeler, something to cut on top and cut with, and then we're going to need tahini. We're going to need the chamoy sauce, which is like a tangy fruit sauce, sweet thing. It's weird. It's like sweet and sour kind of. And then we're going to need clamato. Yeah, they sell these in like a 6-pack, which I like because I really don't drink too much clamato, and these will stay good in my fridge for a really long time because they're individuals. So that's the recipe for that. Now, for the Dorito recipe, we're just going to need like the other half of this lime, some cottage cheese, and then your Doritos, and which I don't have it here, but you'll see it in a bit, and then your favorite type of hot sauce. So let's get started here. So let's kind of get this prepped here. First, real quick, let's do this off to the side. Put some tahini in a little plate, like that much, maybe more depending how many of these you're doing. And then open your chamoy and just put a little bit, like a glob here on the side. Keep them separate. Okay, I already cut my limes in half. So let me kind of push this over to the side, and now just peel your cucumber, okay? Because we don't want the skin on it. So just
Get rid of that. I'm only gonna do half because like I said, I really can't eat too much of this right now. So, and then when you cut it, you kind of want to just cut it flat because you're gonna want cut it flat and evenly. Like let's say with this cucumber, I could probably have 3 cups out of it, cucumber cups, but you want it all to be even and leveled so that way they can stand on their own because they're like little cups, right? So just chop off the edges and then, so see that mine's a little crooked, so let me kind of straighten it out. Okay, there we go. And then just level that part out. Okay, so that's that. And then I'm gonna use a melon baller. To me, this is just easy because it cuts so well, but you could use a spoon or knife, like whatever you find more convenient to you. See how I love the melon baller. It just cuts everything so evenly. Be careful not to cut the sides or past the sides because later on we're going to fill it with the clamato. That's the whole point of having the clamato in this recipe. So kind of make it kind of deep like that, you see? And then now we go back to our plate and then we will dip this first in the chamoy, get it wet, and then put it in the tahini, roll it around. You could do it twice if you want like a really thick layer of it on top. So there you go. Easy so far. And then we get, see, and now here's the style I was talking about. In some styles of this recipe, they put little candies inside with the peanuts called the chacas, which I think is like a chewy, it's definitely a chewy gummy type candy, and I think it's made from tamarind. But I've never had that, so I'm just gonna skip it, and I can't really find them at my local store. So now you just put some peanuts in there. Oh, goodbye peanuts. They committed suicide off my counter. Put some in there. Again, you know, depending how deep your cucumber cup is, you could put way more than that. But again, I'm being very conservative here because I'm gonna, and then open up your clamato and then pour some in there. Oh no, we have leakage. But pour it in there. It's gonna be a messy treat. Well, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you here. It's very messy. And then just get some of your lime and get some on there. Careful not to squirt that in your eye because it hurts like a bitch. And then, you know, just a little more tahini and top it with some chamoy. And then, eat. It's really good. I'm not going to show you me eating it because it just looks terrible. But I'm going to eat that right now and it's delicious. So that's our first treat, our Pepino preparados, or Pepino because I only have 1 cup. Yeah. Okay. Next one. Okay. On to the next. So now you're going to need a bowl of some kind. Your Doritos. Like I said, I am being very conservative. That's all I'm having. Choices, people. Control and choices. And now, put some, someone's already been in my cottage cheese. What the hell? It's okay. I forgive my husband. I forgive him. And then just put your cottage cheese on it. That was about 2 heaping teaspoons of cottage cheese. Now, I didn't say you could have this earlier, but you know, these lime squisher things, they just make your life a lot easier. You'll get more juice out of it than doing it by hand. Just kind of put some in there. And then, like I said, you could put in your favorite hot sauce. I like the Louisiana hot sauce, or AKA Great Value cheapy brand. But, you know, I just drown it. And there you go. I really like this. Somehow, cottage cheese It really goes well. Like it complements the Doritos. Like they complement each other. And then of course I like hot sauce to begin with. Like I'll put it on like my food. Popcorn, you know, hot sauce doused in popcorn. And then just going back to the cucumber ones, I wanted to do this recipe because like I said, I like watching all the different recipes and styles because I really like cooking and making snacks and things like that. But I've watched many videos, many of those Mexican junk foods like the elote en vaso, elote entero, like all the whole, you know, like those whole corn on the cob ones that they do Mexican style. I have yet to see an English version of any of those recipes. So I hope my little video here helped out with that. In case you've watched those videos and weren't really sure on what some of the ingredients were. Definitely touching back on that, you need to use the Japanese style peanuts, like I said, because they have the hardest crunch, and everything about that particular treat is the crunch. Very salty, very tangy. So if you like things like clamatos, like with your beer, whatever, tequila with your salt and lime, you know, if you like sweet and sour things like that, salty, you're probably gonna like this one. I really like cucumbers. So so yeah, enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I will have the slides for the final calorie count. Okay, so here's my findings on my Fitness Pal. Now you saw the portions that I had. This is approximate amounts of what I ate here. Now, if you do like the whole, I think with the Pepino it was like the whole cucumber. Yeah, it was. I put in for the whole cucumber. But so this one is like if I had the whole cucumber and ate that whole little bag of peanuts, and I had a little more of the clamato. So keep that in mind. This one is more close to what I actually just served myself right now, as you saw. So if you can read here, the cucumber one, that's 179 calories, 7.1 grams of fat, 1,519 grams of sodium. Ugh, I'm gonna bloat tomorrow for sure. And 22.4 grams of carbs for a whole cucumber with the stuff in it. Dorito bowl, 185 calories, 9.2 grams of fat, 705 grams of sodium, and 18.5 grams of carbs. So this one's probably a much better deal than that one. Yeah, not gonna say probably, it totally is. So keep in mind, whenever you have these things, this is what you're gonna be eating with the whole cucumber, and this is what you're gonna be eating if you have the same size type of bowl that I did with your Dorito bowl. But there you are.